What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back. We're here to talk about the UFL. The UFL season starting here pretty soon. Let's talk about what this DB did wrong. He gets beat on the goal line by a slant. And make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program. We talk about goal line technique, and I'll talk about what this DB did wrong. And then, guys, kids especially, right? Go support the UFL whenever they post something on Instagram or social media. Watch a game. Help them with the viewership, because you guys are too young to understand this now, but once your college career is over, only so many people can make it to the NFL. You're gonna wish that there was another way in the US to make money playing the game you love. Back when I was growing up, if you didn't go to the NFL, your only chance was the CFL to make money, and there's only so many Americans that can even play. So supporting this league will help it stay around. So in 5 years, 6 years, if you don't make the NFL, you can make a decent living playing the game that you love. Okay, so enough of that. So where are the mistakes? Well, let's talk about what I was taught and what I teach. Okay, because when it comes down to being on the goal line, the two routes that we're thinking about stopping are slant and fade. And depending on where the split of the receiver is where your antenna should be in terms of, am I anticipating the slant first or am I anticipating the fade first? So I would say he has a wide split. There is more space between him and the football than there is between him and the sideline. So I would be inside leverage. And this could be cover zero. So if this is cover zero, meaning you don't have any help, it should be mandatory inside leverage. Okay. So that's the first thing we're thinking is slant fade. But because of the split, we're thinking slant. Second thing, do not back into the end zone. Do not backpedal in the end zone. Do not give ground into the end zone. Why? Because the routes are going to be quicker here. Releases are going to be quicker. And he only needs to touch that goal line in order for it to be a touchdown. So we want to be between him and the goal line. We don't want to back up into the end zone. Okay. So we're already anticipating slant. And this is before I even saw this play. All right. Off rip, we should be thinking slant. Boom. It is a slant. 2, we want to be between him and the goal line. And our mentality is we want to collision and carry him into the end zone. So this DB is actually doing a good job of collisioning before we get to the goal line and then carrying into the end zone, because there's no 5-yard rule here. I don't know if they have the 5-yard contact rule in this UFL, but even still, like, there's not enough room for there to really be 5 yards. So you can be physical here, all right? We want to disrupt timing. Disrupt the timing. He is not open, okay? He is open, even if the DB doesn't believe it, all right? And then the technique. So I'm going to go based on what he's playing and then what I would teach, because there's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm not here to tell the coach he doesn't know what he's doing, or DB, he doesn't know what he's doing, he has horrible technique. Okay. I would just play this differently. So I get what he's trying to do, right? So if we take a look at this guy, he's going to turn and he's going to body anything inside, which leads me to believe this might be cover zero. So I'm bodying anything inside. His butt, his chest is turned. Okay. It looks like to me, his mentality is, I'm going to body the in breaking route. Okay. But you can't body the in breaking route if you're giving ground. Okay. So he should be in front of the goal line if he's going to attempt to do this. And I can body the in breaking route. And if he does run a fade, I'm open so that I can just run, squeeze, and get chest to chest. All right. So that's me, and it's, and trying to make sense of what he's trying to do. But I would teach my guys, okay? My guys would be in front of the goal line. We would be square. So my right shoulder pad would be in line with his left shoulder. So my outside shoulder pad would be in line with his inside shoulder pad. In this case, it would be right to right, inside leverage. I'm bodying the in breaking route. All right. I'm step replacing. I'm sliding. And At most, I'm going to be tightrope in the goal line, so I'm right on it. I would prefer for us to be in front of it. And maybe, and again, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to make sense of this. Maybe he's back so they don't get picked. But I would suggest, him being back, or I would switch up, who's up and who's back. But honestly, even if you're in front, all right, as long as you make contact early, you won't get picked. He can play over the top because there's not a high probability that he's running an in-breaking route. So I will be off and look to play over the top. All right. So first mistake. Well, not first mistake, but first thing, slant fade. All right. The split tells me slant. Do not back into the end zone. All right. Be in front of the end zone. We want to collision before the goal line and carry. Okay. All he does is run a look. This is the simplest slant I've ever seen. A one-step slant turns. And even though we collision, okay, because we back up, we're not able to, he's still able to freely get into the end zone here. And we still give up inside leverage. All right. So I hope you guys learned something on this one. Make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program. We talk about situations like this. And man, you can't give up easy ones like this, especially in a league where, one, I'm pretty sure there's thousands of players trying to take your spot. And two, we're trying to impress so we can get to the next level. And if you want to get to the next level at any level, no matter what level you are, you can't give up touchdowns like this in the red zone. So make sure you go grab that DB Mastery program, thedbnetwork.com. I'm sorry. And thank you for your time, guys. I appreciate you.